Hello, my name is Aurora Sheehy and I am a physicalist as well as a naturopath and an acupuncturist. So what is a physicalist, I hear you say? Physicalism has its origins in the pre-Socratic philosopher Democritus. A physicalist is someone whose philosophy is that everything, yes, everything, is physical. Things people might call emotions, mental or spiritual. The world itself, I would suggest to you, is and are physical events and substances. Our body forms these events into responses, and that they can be perceived and, in my world, treated physically. Feelings are hormones, chemicals and neurotransmitters. They are nerve firings and proteins, essentially physical substances. Spiritual experiences could be nervous systems engaged in attenuated senses. For me, I don't believe in the esoteric, nor karma, nor, I'm sorry to tell you, do I believe in an afterlife. And I would perhaps also respectfully disagree with Joe Dispenza and the like, who might suggest that controlling our thoughts is the way to engage with the body when wanting to construct a healthy life. My philosophy would hold that our thoughts and feelings are symptoms of our health and what the body holds, not the other way around. Not that we should be overwhelmed or enact every thought and feeling, but that we should see them as natural responses and that they might lead us to consider our context and what is giving rise to them, so that we might address them in a more holistic way. I think approaching the body with any concept that is diminutive is unhelpful at best and possibly cruel. To demonstrate, when people experience emotional pain, it's actually made of very similar substances to physical pain. It is inflammatory and can cause significant harm to the body. We know of cases where this has happened. People are not the same after a death in their family or divorce. There are certainly studies to demonstrate the health impact of loss and grief. There is a type of heart attack, myocardial infarction, Sasubo is one of its names. This occurs after a partner dies, and it can end the life of the remaining partner. So when I address a patient in treatment, I will inquire and listen deeply to what has happened and take notice of how the information is conveyed. The context, the feeling, these inform what needs to be acknowledged, and they help to identify the current body response. I check pulses and assess the polyvagal state, all to gather information on which to then create a supportive treatment. The treatment is to resource and enable the body's natural ability to physically process or break down or digest the physical chemicals and responses that is the held experience. There's really no need for cognitive involvement in this process. We can know it, but we don't have to re-know it or relive it. It's dealt with within treatment in a physical way, the physical consequences of what has happened. This process is then designed to stop the inflammation that these held responses create, and most commonly will resolve the symptoms. This resource is made up of the intervention that I use, somatic acupuncture, which initiates that physical breakdown, and herbal medicines that repair or nourish the endocrine component of stress responses and of the nervous system. To this end, I created a range of herbal medicines whose traditional uses have always been for the emotional responses to events such as anger, hurt or loss, and I chose herbs that also had constituents that would have a toning or healing effect on the polyvagal nerve to the most related area of the body, such as the liver for anger, the lungs for grief. This framework is very common in Chinese medicine. And I do all this because I can, and because I think we should all strive to be the best humans we can be. Thank you.